Good morning, children. This is for Standard 8. Subject is Geography. Today, the first chapter will be taught to you. That is the representation of geographical feature. The representation of geographical feature. Now, in the representation of geographical feature, we will study regarding what is the geographical features, how they are represented on a survey map, then interpretation of the counters on the topo sheet, types of slope index counter, the features related to the elevation and the various landform settlement pattern and the convectional signs of settlement. Now let's start with the first part, that is introduction. See, this particular chapter is basically based upon the survey sheets. The surveying is considered to be an important part of the science of map making based upon various objectives, and the survey maps may be archaeological, geological, topographical, cadastral, military or tourist. Since topographical maps are large scale maps, they show a great deal of details about a particular area or a relief. Hence, topographical survey is carried out by different methods, which includes hatchering, hill shading, form lines, spot heights, triangulation points and benchmarks. Now, what is hatchering? Can you see this figure? Yes, this figure is hatchering. Can you see hatchering? Now, hatchering is represented basically by the short lines representing the direction of the slope. For the steep slope, they are marked close to each other, and then the gentle slopes. However, flat ground, they cannot be used at all. But this hatchering has a certain disadvantage. The disadvantage is that it gives no indication of the actual height of a particular place, and that both high plateau region or low plateau region are unshaded. The next is form. We have the hill shading, which shows the relief by light and shade. Can you see this? Yes, hill shading, the dark shading and the light shading is done. The steep slopes are shown by dark shading, and the level ground, whether high or low, are unshaded. Similar disadvantages also is being faced in this form as the same as it is there in hatchering. The next is the form lines. In the form lines are being made slowly, approximately. It shows the height above the sea level and are used to indicate the elevation of the area. Hence, they are drawn by broken lines, which is called form lines. You can see this. Okay, the next comes the same thing, that is identification of the landforms marked by counters, which is very important. You can see the triangulated height first. This is represented for a mountain or a peak. By example, triangle will be given with the help of a number alongside it, which shows the actual height of a place above the mean sea level. Then we have the spot height, which is denoted with the help of a dot on the survey sheet, and with that followed by a number on the map, which is a bold dot and 600. This shows your spot height. Then we have benchmark, which is denoted and represented on a survey sheet by capital B and M and followed by a number. Then we have a relative height. It is represented by the letter R, small r, example 3R dot or dot 3R, basically for well. Okay, now let's see what are counters. Counter diagrams. Counter diagrams are basically drawn only in brown colors. Can you see this? These are contour lines. These are contour lines. When they are close to each other, that denotes the steep slope of a particular relief. When they are far apart, the contour lines are far apart, they are called gentle slopes. You must be thinking, madam has just started with it. Now let me first tell you what is a contour line. Now you can see here the contour. See, a contour line is an imaginary line joining all the places which are at the same height above the sea level. Can you see this? Yes, all the lines which are having same height above the sea level is called the contour line. In this, we will also study regarding the index counter. Index counter is basically every fifth line is a multiple of 20 meter accentuated. Can you see this? 20, 40, 60. Every fifth line we have the 100. The multiple of fifth Okay, then this is coming to 100 and later on it moves to 120 and 120. And you know what is a vertical interval? Vertical interval is nothing but a difference between two consecutive counter lines is called a vertical interval. Now let's move on to the next part, that is which we have a conical hill. This is also a form of the counter lines. How does it represents the particular relief? That it is a conical hill. Now the counter lines are almost drawn at a regular interval. You can see 1, 2, 3, 4. They are drawn at a regular interval or distances, and the value of which it increases inside the center. You have to remember the conical hill, the intervals will be almost regular and the value will increase at the center. That represents a conical hill. The fourth one is the V-shaped valley. They are decreasing inward. The value will be decreasing inward. Then we have the U-shaped valley. You can see that the U-shaped and the hanging valley. We have a ridge. Ridge represents nothing but the chain of the mountains. Long and highland narrow contours are elongated, closely spaced, and there are parks and passes in between the chain of the mountains. Then we have spur, point towards. These are the spurs which are pointing towards the lower land. And then we have the watershed. It's like a ridge with a tributary of it draining to one point. Now next comes the drainage and the settlement pattern. The drainage pattern will show the stream of the water, which is related to a flow of the water. First you can see three forms are there. One is pterylist, dendritic and radial. First is pterylist. You will find that the stream of the water that flows in a right angle. You can see this. It is a right angle. And dendritic, branches will be there of a stream of the river. That is dendritic. And radial, from the top of the mountain, the rivers or the rainwater, they flow inside or centers inside. That is called the radial drainage pattern. Then we have the settlement pattern. It shows the people, they live in an area with the help of a hut. One is nucleated, dispersed, linear and radial. Nucleated, where the houses will be built nearby and close to each other. Dispersed, they will be scattered from one place to another. Then linear, in a particular metalled road or unmetalled road, the particular huts will be aligned. And radial, there will be scattering apart with like this, like a circle. Okay, and we'll have the police chowki, post office in between that. Okay, now let's move on to the next one. That is, we have here is the very important part is the convectional symbols, which is also given in your book directly. The convectional symbols, the type of settlement I have already told you. The convectional symbols are the most important part of the survey sheet. You can note it down from standard 7 book, or you can also get it from other books also. Now this is what is given in the contour maps or the survey sheet. Okay, now you can see here the survey sheet is given in page number 18. Okay, this is the scale of the map. You can see this. This is the scale of the map which is given. Okay, and the topographical map is 45D7. Now this is the interpretation analysis which has been given. Okay, these are the main features which is given. Now you can read that, and most of it I have already covered. If any doubts, we can clarify in the groups itself. Thank you so much, children, and have a good day. Thank you.